What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Alex G alongside Mal, and this is the A Couple of Things podcast where we're here to listen, man. I'm trying to do the intro,
Sorry.
and you're over here. Whatever. This is A Couple of Things podcast. We're here to talk about a couple of things. We're gonna get right into it. Most of this pod is gonna be basically music based. So sit tight for all the music gossip. One thing that I did want to start with is of course, we got killed for our Nicki take on our last episode because nobody actually watched the whole clip and how we were praising her. But, it is what it is with the internet. But
yeah, I want to say, before we get into it, because, just in case anybody's mad about this video, we don't care about the number of subscribers that we have. We don't care. We have jobs. We have careers. We're fine. So, I don't know why that's like the insult. Like, okay. What was that? Like, are we supposed to be offended? Are we supposed to be mad?
Anyway, that's not what I was going to do, but...
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't get why that's the thing. Like, you can have a differing of opinions, but then, like, I feel like if you jump straight to insults, and then it's like, first of all, you need some self-healing or self-reflection, because why is that the first thing that you think? Like, oh, let me just insult some people I don't know because they disagree with how I feel. And number two, the insults I'm going to use is like, that's all you got? What else are you going to say? Like, do you not see? Well, I guess when you're watching, you can't see where we live. Like subscribers is supposed to make us feel the way like this is our job. We got a whole career. We doing fine financially in our careers. We're doing better than probably most 25-year-olds. And you think we're going to be mad about subscriber count? Girl, bye.
All right, that's your take. I don't give a fuck about what random say on the internet. But anyway,
Yeah, me either.
So last week we got killed for our Nicki take on Do We Have a Problem? I think the name of the song is. But anyway, so she dropped a new song again this Friday.
I actually haven't listened to the full thing.
With a Lil Baby called Bussin'. How do you not listen to the whole thing? It's only 2 minutes.
No, because Friday, for anybody who doesn't know, that's why I look crazy. I literally just came back from a weekend trip to the Poconos for my Neo's birthday. If you guys don't know what Neo is, it's a neophyte, which is a new member of your sorority or organization. So that's who she is. She just crossed recently. So I went to celebrate her birthday with all her friends and other people, family, and I just got back from the Poconos. So Friday, that's when I left. There's a lot going on, so I could listen to it on the ride down, so that's an excuse. But you know what? There was one of her friends was like a barb, you could tell, and he played it like mad times, but I still wasn't really like listening. But he played the song. He liked that song better, I guess, because he played that one more. Do We Have a Problem?
Yeah, I like Do We Have a Problem more than Bussin'. I think Bussin' was interesting. Yeah, it was a good song. Like I don't really. There's not really much of a breakdown. It was just a lot shorter than the other one. I like Do We Have a Problem more just because it was more. Obviously, the song was longer. First and foremost, I like longer songs. I think they did more with the song, and the production I like more. But one thing about Bussin' is like, when I usually listen to music, like when I do my reactions, because for you guys that don't know, I have a personal channel that I do music reactions on, and my Nicki videos always get like thousands and thousands and thousands of views. Like literally any Nicki video I do takes off. So I did one to Bussin'. Go find my personal channel. I don't know. Go watch it. But when I react to them, I play them off my laptop speakers, which is horrible. You should never listen to music off your laptop speakers. But for the car. Yeah, you got to do the car.
Or nice speakers.
Yeah, and I have these big. Obviously, people don't know this. I have massive speakers that are behind the camera.
At them right now.
These things are huge. So when you play music on them, it like can cause like catastrophic failure and collapse a building. That's how crazy these speakers are.
The crazy thing is, if you played this to the max, it would be interesting.
It would probably blow up.
Somebody brought a speaker. It's like, what's that brand? It's like U something. It's 3 letters. UL.
UL.
It's like something. It's like 3 letters. It's a brand for music.
JBL.
Oh, maybe that's.
Jeez.
They had the one that was like mad tall. It was like maybe this high, and it was like 2 things, and it was rainbow. It was going with the beat. You ever see those? That was like, we were in like a cabin, literally, like, and it was very private. Like, you could blast the music and nobody's gonna complain because what neighbors? Like, we were in like some 2-story cabin, and it was like mad nice. And they had that music loud, and it was like booming. So I can only imagine, because these are definitely more expensive than those, how these would sound at max volume.
Yeah.
Probably break this building.
I said all that to say that listening to Bussin' on actual speakers and like in the car versus just your regular headphones or something like that, that song like knocks like OD. Like the bass is like kind of nuts.
I don't know why I didn't listen to it in the car. I don't know. It was so much going on. I was so distracted after that song dropped, so I just played shuffle.
Yeah, it sounded good with that bass, because when I first heard it, I didn't hear it with bass since it was on my laptop speakers. But all of these takes that I'm about to say were on my personal channel, but since we're here, we can discuss it. Do you think that they're dropping a whole tape? Or do you think...
I think they just collabed, and then it became like they probably were in the studio, and it kind of just like one thing led to another, and then they probably decided let's do 2 songs. Like Nicki probably was like rapping, and was like, ooh, like we don't have, and they probably like, oh, we gotta do a whole nother song for this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I don't think it's gonna be a whole tape. I literally think it was just a collab that ended up now being 2 songs, and that's it.
Yeah, my take was like, it would be interesting.
It would be.
One thing that I do, I don't know. I like, if you would have told me Nicki and Lil Baby made a song, I would have been like, okay.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, do you think they're compatible? Because I don't know.
I think
He's kind of like, it's like a different sound.
Yeah, I think it works. I think the way, at least in these 2 songs, especially the way Bussin' went, the way they transitioned back and forth, they were doing like kind of like a I rap, you rap, I rap, you rap kind of thing, and it works. But I was gonna say, like, if you would have told me that before these songs came out, I'd have been like
scared.
Yeah, I would have been nervous. I'd have been like, okay. But yeah, it sounded good. I just wonder if these were gonna be on the album, or if these are just throwaways or just singles.
I think they're just singles. I mean, maybe sometimes like, I mean, these decisions are usually made beforehand, right? Like what's gonna be a single, what's not. But sometimes they're not. So these could be songs that they're gonna see how they might do, and then maybe one Nicki will put on her album, and like, you know. But they probably want to see how the world reacts first.
Yeah, I don't know what Bussin' is doing right now, but I know Do We Have a Problem is out of here.
Yeah, like yeah. Literally, it's really like I'm like I said, like the song just came out, and I've been kind of out of the loop. But I'm sure it's already making its rounds on TikTok. I don't know if anybody made a dance to it, but I know like she was like reposting people on TikTok like that were doing their little videos to it.
Last time I saw the views on YouTube, it was like 14 million, and I was like after like 3 days or something like that.
I think people are not really doing dances to it. I think they're more so doing skits.
Yeah, for sure.
Like one that Nicki reposted, and I think has like the highest views. Somebody was talking about when they get their food from the restaurant, and the order, like the whole order is not there or something, you know, they must be ordering, and like they showed them walking back to the restaurant, and like they used to do We Have a Problem, like showing like, you know, that's what they saying when they get to the restaurant. So I think more people are doing skits to the song than dances, which I think is better because the dances are kind of annoying.
Yeah, we gotta get TikTok dances out of here. High key.
They usually like I don't know, whoever like the choreography. How you say it?
Choreographers.
The choreography is usually kind of bad. Lots of times when they do the dance, sometimes they're good. It just depends on how you do it. Because some people do too much like TikTok dances together. Some people add, you know, a little bit of TikTok, but a little bit of like actual dance moves.
Low key, if she like, because I actually didn't watch the video, the music video for Do We Have a Problem, but I do know, like, I watched you can call me weird. I watched the part in the beginning, but I didn't watch when the actual song came on. And then when I reacted to it, I just listened to the song. But low-key, if she would have had a choreographed dance in the video, then this definitely would have been out of here. Because you know how like.
But then again, she might not be for that. Because she literally made the whole thing. Like she said that before. She said, I don't make TikTok music. So she probably wants to stay on that. Because that's how everybody's been trying to do that. Like make up a dance and then see if it hits on TikTok. Like the City Girls, I think they did that for a song. They try to do a little dance and then they wanted to see how it would take off. Like. I feel like she's like, nah, that's not me. Like, I'm not about to do a dance.
I mean, more so, like
a move associated with the song.
Yeah, because like if you think about like with Meg when they did WAP, like
oh yeah, people
it was choreographed, but they didn't make it for TikTok.
Yeah, people were just redoing it.
Yeah,
yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it would have been interesting because I feel like if that happened, the song's already out of here, but it definitely would have been. Way out of here.
Yeah, I think the video just focused so much on like that skit thing. It would probably have been a lot. They did the skit and dancing, so they probably picked the skit over dancing. Usually, it's always dance moves in music videos, but I think they just didn't want to overwhelm people.
Did we ever get because I know there was one already out, but this was so long ago. We didn't. When was the last time we got a Nicki doc? It was just that one,
I
right?
think it was just that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
hers will
mean,
be
she's
interesting.
over. I wouldn't say she's overdue for one though, cause like you, almost like how you said with the Kanye one coming up, how you
Yeah,
weren't.
it's not. Yeah, it's not over
You
yet.
feel but I mean, with with people like Kanye, we're definitely gonna get another one. Like I hate bringing up people's deaths, but whenever that inevitable day happens, we're probably gonna get something.
Yeah.
So Nicki, she should get one soon. Another one, cause we need another one. You know what I heard though? No, she's coming out with a documentary this year. The Barb's lady keep asking her about it. Like, where's the documentary? Where's the documentary? She actually is coming out with one. And it's supposed to be coming out this year. She hasn't said anything about it, but it's supposed to be coming out this year. Like she mentioned it, I think last year or in 2020.
I think that people should get their flowers for sure, and I think seeing your life in a doc definitely helps you to, relive some of those moments and things like that. But I really only kind of want docs when people are done making music, because I feel like the story.
Nah, cause then like you can see they already done so much that's gonna take up hours in itself to watch. And even you see Kanye's, he's not done yet. He got a 3-part like on Netflix. No, who doing that? Nobody else got no 3-part.
I know, but I prefer it because then, like, let's say her next album is like.
Yeah, then they need to just watch the next one. Like they're gonna end it with let's see what the Queen does next. It's gonna be something dramatic.
Yeah, I
like
hate that though. I need something complete.
I mean, you will get it eventually, but the unfortunate part, like you say that, but you won't get nothing complete, honestly, until a lot of them are gone. And you don't want to think about that, about these people being gone. But that's the only way we'll get it. Like that's usually when those full things are coming to an end. And sometimes when you're just like retired. But I feel like people like Nicki and Kanye are never really gonna retire. Like both of them are literally like perfectionist hard workers. Then they're both will never retire. They'll probably be doing this until they die.
Yeah. Speaking of Kanye, did you hear the Fabio Alicia Keys song?
I didn't hear that one either.
Jesus.
And I'm a Kanye fan. I didn't even get to listen to that one. People are really like hyping it up too. Somebody said that they feel like it's better than Off the Grid. Like Kanye, I guess there's a verse on there.
I think.
But I haven't listened to it. I'm slacking. I know.
I think that because he referenced it. He was like, he said something like, "Fabio, excuse me, this is verse of the year" or something like that. Because Fabio definitely had verse of the. I'm just throwing that out there. The stream of consciousness. I would have to think back to all the music that released last year, but yeah, he went nuts. Like he went insane.
Man, I'm gonna listen to that.
On a drill beat too, because basically.
Yeah, I heard it was a drill beat because someone said it's like the New York song.
Yeah, it's like,
which is funny. Kanye's not from New York though, but
because you know how like the new TikTok thing, not TikTok, but like the new New York drill thing is to take like a sample and then just do a drum. That's what it is. Except Alicia Keys kind of sung this song. Like
that's probably lit.
So it was a drill song. Fabio went hard, but Kanye's verse like was mad like aggressive. Like God. It was like.
That's why you told me he wrote. We're gonna get to this later, but one of his captions on his post that he just posted, I think today yesterday. He was saying how Donda 2, like he's like, I'm running back into the burning house. Like you remember how he ran out of the burning house? Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm running back into the burning house. I want all the smoke. I'm like, people missed that. That was low-key a bar. He running back into the house and he wants all the smoke. So I'm guessing Donda 2 is gonna be aggressive. It's gonna be aggressive.
Yeah, he was talking crazy. Like he was talking. I'm pulling up the lyrics now, but
yeah, Mad Pete.
And bars. I don't know why Cardi was in the song too.
He loved Cardi.
But like Cardi wasn't in the, like it was like his ad libs, like the I don't even want to do it on the mic, but the what?
Yeah.
Ad lib from Off the Grid was like in there. That Joe had me dying. Hold up, where's?
They probably used those same ad libs.
Yeah, let me see.
Sorry, I keep.
He went crazy. He said, "I'm gonna do a little lyric breakdown. We went off the grid. What? We ain't watched The Throne, we took it. We went viral on them. They looking. It's a Sunday service in Brooklyn. It's the city that come with the lights. I'm with the drillers that come with the night." At that point, I was like, all right, we out of here. They ain't do 4 years in college, but they'll do 25 to life. We make money every night.
That is true. They be like, I don't go to college. I'm not gonna waste 4 years, but you waste half your life in prison.
Never too big of a price. After I buy the Chicago Bulls, I'm gonna go link with Mike. Oop. And if I let him have my wife, they should thank me with this Balenciaga and Balenci boots and a new blue Yankee.
Damn.
This is yay. I'm so focused. Throwing a mask, no COVID. I'm gonna turn your life to a meme. Let Justin LeBoy post it. You got an album? Postpone it. I dropped 2 and they both are going. I got a feeling they in their feelings. they filming the show but won't show it. What else he said? He said, I'm gonna go back to college, do an album, and then drop out again.
He crazy.
I feel like Sinatra in these streets, me and Drizzy, we at peace. This the backpack with the polo and the first Jesus piece.
I hope him and Drake actually could keep the peace.
I'm from the Shy, but I'm always New York. In the city, they treat me like Jesus is walking.
Damn, I'm gonna listen to it.
No, the verse is mad long too.
I know. I could.
It's alright. We listen to it after.
Dang, okay,
But
yeah.
since you didn't listen to it, yeah, he was going hard. Like I know I'm joking around in my cadence and stuff like that. It's just
Yeah,
just
no,
to be funny.
yeah.
But that on the
Dang,
production
Donna
was
Tuesday
tough.
about to be
But the thing is,
rant.
the thing is, this isn't the song that they were doing a music video for. I don't think, which is weird. Or maybe
it
it
was
is.
just promo. Maybe it was just promo then.
Cause like the song that Kanye was rapping on, I think it was something different, or I don't know. But
Unless the beat changes or something.
yeah, I think the beat might have changed, but because I can't imagine them three doing an additional song. But yeah, so the song was good. Definitely an interesting mix. Fabio was kind of becoming a low key star right before our eyes and getting the Alicia Keys
I'm
look.
glad that Kanye's like boosting him too. It's sad. You know what's sad though? You can't help but to think, dang, this is supposed to be Pop Smoke.
Yeah, I literally said that in my reaction video.
You can't help but think that. Like that's so sad because honestly, like Fabio probably would have still been popping, but I don't think he would have been as big if Pop Smoke was still here because he kind of replaced that sound that people were looking for with Pop, like that deep New York accent. And it's not gonna be like, it does sound like Pop Smokes, but it's that deep New York accent. But you don't ever want to discredit people, so I'm not trying to discredit Fabio, but I'm just saying like.
I think Fabio's different. He doesn't sound like Pop Smoke at all, to be honest.
Sure, he does have his own voice. It's deep, but like I said, it doesn't sound like Pop Smoke. But
Yeah,
it just replaces that like deep New York sound that people want.
The person that sounds like Pop Smoke the most is Dusty Lil Kane.
Yeah, I remember you played something.
Yeah. But yeah, song's good. Definitely go listen to it. Staying on new music, turning this into a music podcast. We listened
My throat
to.
was mad itchy.
You got COVID.
Probably all those freaking people, 25 people.
The new Pusha T song. Thoughts and opinions. Kanye produced.
Oh, that one was fire.
Yeah, I like that one.
Anything Pusha T's fire. Like I don't understand why people kind of like sleep on Pusha T. Like they think it's like a joke because of the whole Drake beef. I'm like, just because they had beef doesn't mean like you gotta downplay people's music, right? Like separate the art from the artist. Like I hate people are so whack like that. Like you so mad about the Drake beef, you're saying his music's whack. Like nah, it's actually not. Like
I haven't even literally seen anybody say that.
I've seen it recently. I mean, because it was a video that dropped of like Julia Fox and somebody else. I think it might have been the song that.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah.
And then people were like, I don't know, right? You have to clown Julia Fox. Like, how you supposed to dance to a Pusha T song? And then like I need the comments of like, yeah, you can't dance to his music. And then someone else was like, yeah, he's whack. Well, they they brought up the Drake thing. They're like, anytime Pusha T's the topic of the conversation, if you go on the thread, you see the comments. There's definitely people talking about Drake under. And I always see that like that. They brought up Drake in that video.
Why did that hurt people so much?
Because they're obsessed with Drake and they think Drake's like them, or they think Drake's their fan member.
It's interesting.
It's never that serious. Like it's rap beef. That's it.
You know what the thing though? I think it's because back in the day there used to be a thing like the concept of like, well nowadays we look at it as like there's people that are considered street legends, which would be people that are like that were prominent in like street rap. Like I'm gonna say a bunch of names that you don't know or listen to. Like if you look at like a lot of the people from Rockefeller, like Beanie Siegel, Freeway, and people like that, they had like even Nori for like to a certain extent. Like there were certain rappers that like were popular, but they were popular in the streets, and Pusha T and Clips in general were those people. That's like they came from Virginia, like which is an area that we know now as being like crazy for music with Missy Elliott and Timbaland and Pharrell and I'm sure many other people that I'm definitely forgetting. But like they had hits forever, but like in the street. So it's a difference between like a pop Hotline Bling sort of song being popular and then something else being popular in the streets. Like Fabulous, for example, has had pretty big songs, but most of his songs were like hits in the streets. Like you don't like you don't hear them played on pop radio, or you don't necessarily hear it outside. But just because you don't hear it outside doesn't mean that it's not popping
Yeah.
somewhere. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the New York stuff, if you listen to if you're around in this area, there's New York drill songs that are very popular. Like when "Welcome to the Party" by Pop Smoke came out, it was going crazy over here. But
Yeah. Before it went
if you
viral.
went over to Ohio, which is like right next to us, they weren't listening to it.
Yeah.
So people have that perception that like Pusha T
Popularity
just got
is-
popping.
Yeah, like he's been relevant for so long. People don't realize how many major songs he was a part of.
Yeah,
Like he
And
literally
it-
was in No Flex Zone. Like that was 10 years ago almost. Like I was in, what was that, our senior year? That was like 2013.
he has a lot of songs.
Like he's been relevant.
Even before that,
And he's been relevant too for a while.
the Clips had a lot of hits. The reason why Kanye knows Pusha T is because of Clips.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's interesting, but nonetheless, the visual is nuts. I saw the behind the scenes because we were talking about how it was shot with the film and stuff like that. I actually saw the camera that they were shooting with. It was a very old
Wow.
film camera, but
It's crazy how it could be old, but it still looks like new because it's like the quality is still really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we were talking before. It's not necessarily about the age of the camera. It's really the lens that
Yeah,
makes
it's
the
a
camera
lens
what it
and it's
is.
like what we're watching it on. Like people were watching music videos from older TVs before.
yeah. So everything looked horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, song was good. Definitely interested in what the album is gonna be like with Kanye producing the whole thing. One thing I will hope that it is, I hope it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like the Kanye production style that's kind of going on right now, where it sounds just like the Diet Coke, where it's like a soul sample and then like a snare. Like I hope it's not only that.
And then it just gets repetitive.
Yeah. Like, what's that song? Like, Christ-like and Life-like, whatever that song is that Kanye made. That song, to me, is like the same kind of structure as Diet Coke. Not that it's not good, but I hope it's just not limited to that. I hope there's more, like,
Yeah.
it expands more. But he was saying how he's looking to move away from just talking about drugs.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I think that's cool. 'Cause there's more to him that people probably want us to know about.
But who's going to give us all these Coke entendres?
We got enough.
No,
I'm sure there's still gonna be bars here and there, but it's just not gonna be all about it. And
I don't think we have enough. Because every time I think we have enough, he comes up with something else. Because they were talking, like, I've heard people talk about how he's gonna do, because he just had a baby.
yeah.
So how he's gonna do the baby, like, flips.
Yeah, that's why
need
I
that.
think like he'll still bring it up, but I just think it just won't be overwhelming. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
it'll be
I'm
cool to hear
interested.
him talk about parenthood and being a husband and all that stuff. It'll be interesting. Maybe he got other stuff to say about like what goes on in the industry, maybe like friendships.
Yeah, and I need that song that he previewed at the Kenzo show. I need that too. Because that sounded nuts. You don't remember it? Oh my God.
And I gotta make a list after this of what I gotta listen to.
Yeah, that preview, we're gonna need that. If that's on the album, then it's definitely outside of the production on Diet Coke. And again, not that I didn't like it, but you know, when you have one producer making your entire project, sometimes you could get stuck in that box where a producer they have a certain style, so every song is most likely going to be the exact same thing,
Yeah.
basically. Like if you get a Metro Boomin type album, everything's going to sound like a Metro Boomin
Yeah.
beat. So I hope it's just not limited to that. Is kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't
But-
think so. 'Cause I feel like he probably feels like he has something to prove too, especially
Yeah.
after the Drake thing. Because he got obviously a whole bunch of people that started hating on him after that. So. Oh my God,
Yeah.
my nose ring. You excited.
But staying on music and transitioning to another topic, which I was still on the edge about talking about, but I felt like it would be kind of an interesting thing to speak about. But since we last recorded, I don't know when it happened, but the Isaiah Rashad iCloud leak happened, which exposed some intimate moments with other people that obviously is not something that, you know, he announced to the world and wanted out there. But I wanted to kind of I don't even necessarily want to have a discussion about it, but I kind of just wanted to, I don't know, not say necessarily a rant, but how do I say this? So I think that every celebrity should just stop using iCloud. Let me not start with that.
Yeah.
Let me first and foremost say
They sh-
that it's fucked up what happened.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts. Like, you shouldn't be.
Like, imagine you wake up and like something that we have on our iCloud is all over the internet. Like,
Yeah, that
that's
you want it
sick.
privately. Like, that's insane. Especially that of like all things.
Yeah.
So it's really unfortunate. Hopefully he's okay. Like, I don't.
Yeah, he's been MIA since.
Yeah, I don't know.
I went on his Instagram though. His most recent Instagram post was still like January though, so he already kind of maybe he's just not as active anyway.
Yeah, it's like really really unfortunate. And it's a shame, you know, not because of what the content was, but because of how it was released and
Yeah, and how people had to find out.
yeah, and then it's plastered all over the thing. So my question was like, I don't even know how you recover from something like that, and it's not even because, you know, rap has a certain like, people think it's homophobia. If you want, we could have a conversation of if rap is actually homophobic, like hip hop is actually a homophobic genre. But it's like, how do you recover from that, or like, do you just come back?
You just gotta move on.
Yeah,
Like it's always gonna be a thing. Like you see some celebrities, people still say the same comments about stuff that happened years ago. Like you'll still see comments about it. Like people obviously with Kanye still bring up slavery was a choice thing. That was 4 years ago that he said that. But with any celebrity, people still bring up stuff that happened like so long ago. It's like why are you talking about this still in the comments? Like it's weird. So I'm sure there's still gonna be a little bit like snarky comments. I mean, I went on his page and for the most part it was all positivity. I don't think I seen one negative thing on Instagram. So. But it's still gonna, you know, people are still gonna clown and say stuff like, and now, you know, with future songs that come out, people are gonna overanalyze the lyrics. Now it's just, you know, you already know how it's about to go. So you just, I feel with any of this stuff, you never really recover. You just kind of like heal in a way and move on. Like you just have to move on.
the thing about it too is that like when Frank Ocean came out, nobody cared.
Yeah, and when Lil Nas X did, nobody cared either. They were like,
Well, not people cared. You know,
nah, I didn't see no backlash when he came out.
bro, it was like insane backlash.
Wow.
It was just more positivity than anything because he doesn't bother
Yeah.
anybody. But the negative, there was a lot of negativity
Yeah, it still
too.
existed. Yeah.
Because, you know, he has a lot of money, the biggest song of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
you
he
know.
says, "Hey guys, I'm gay."
people like Boozy and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, Boozy was almost had a stroke.
But yeah, I just brought that up because I was like, I don't think it would have, him saying that, I don't think impacts his like music making. Well, obviously, it doesn't impact his music making ability or his ability to be successful in the genre.
Yeah.
It's just like, because like if he just came out and said it, not that he has to, like, or anything like that, I don't think it would have mattered. But it's just the manner it came out and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm interested to see how.
After somebody said they were like, it's different when someone says, yeah, I'm gay, and then have actually seen what that looks like. It's like,
Yeah.
kind of uncomfortable having to witness that.
Yeah.
Because, like, you guys don't bother me, but I don't want to see that. Like, even the kid, obviously, kissing don't bother me either, but I don't want to see what was going on in that video. Anything beyond that, I don't want to see.
I don't want to see
I don't want
any
the
celebrities.
visual. I don't even want to see straight couples doing that. I don't want any visual of what people be on, like, with their partners or just with their sexuality. Like, no thanks.
Yeah, I just brought it up, but you know, I obviously, you know me, I've been listening to him since you met me,
college.
basically. So it was definitely caught me off guard. I was like, huh? But
Yeah.
it really does not matter at all. And you know, hopefully he's all right. But the larger part of the conversation is that celebrities need to really stop using iCloud. Like, buy the bigger iPhone or get multiple iPhones.
Yeah, like you gotta be smart. Like, you think it's not gonna happen to me? It's like it seems like it happens a lot. Like the hacking of iCloud, the hacking of their social media, it seems like it's a lot more common than they want to believe.
Yeah, so people got to stop doing that because that's the whole way people are getting into your phone. If you don't have the iCloud linked to your phone, there's no. Now, my hackers out there, I know there's a way to still get into people's phones. You could use it. I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know. I have somewhat of an IT background. I know how that works. But the way that these things are happening is through iCloud. So people's music leaks and stuff like that, it's all coming through these online cloud drives and stuff like that. So celebrities need to really stop using those things because it's a means of attack. Like, somebody leaks 100 of your songs and that's your money. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, think about like that whole, I don't think it was through iCloud, but that whole Rich Gang, Young Thug, Rich Homie Quan They leaked like 100 songs. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of money, and those songs never came out, and
Yeah.
they're just done.
We don't know how they would have went.
All the producers, the engineers, everybody that worked on all those songs is
Yeah.
just done. No money, nothing.
Sad.
And that was years ago, and not a single one of those songs came out again. So, you know, I think people, you know, it's a really, 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 really fucked up and unfortunate way. For an example of why not to use those things, but even like Drake said it in one of his songs. He said, I forget what the setup before that, but he was just like, I don't use iCloud, I don't use email, because like
That's dangerous.
all that stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Like it just takes one person to come and hack it, and then it could ruin your brand.
It's a shame though, because they should be able to use that stuff for the, you know, obviously for storage purposes. But there's other like online things to use. But even that is still risky. Like I don't know, you just got it just comes with the territory. You need to keep them on your phone or like have maybe a physical copies of stuff. But even now you can get robbed, so it's kind of like I don't know, it sucks.
No, if you're gonna record those
What
sorts
you're
of things,
recording,
like I almost would say, like, and this might sound funny,
You get a video camera.
I was thinking that too, but if you want prefer it off the phone, just get a burner phone, like
get
just for
a
that.
phone just for videos and pictures. Like
And then don't let it leave your house, like. But then people are gonna want to travel, go on vacation with it, and just be responsible and stop using iCloud, because this is just too dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
this keeps happening. It's been happening since iCloud existed.
literally, you know how many there's like whole folders and like.
Yeah.
I remember when they leaked all the celebrity stuff, and it's a sick place because I know, like Rory was talking about it once, where somebody hacked him.
Yeah.
And they messaged him like, "Yo, we have your pics," and they sent it back to him. So obviously they really had it, and they were like, "Give me X amount of money," and then he was just like, "Nah." And then it never came out, but they have it somewhere because they set up these.
They might be waiting.
They set up these competitions too, like hacker competitions, where somebody will set a bounty on a celebrity,
and then see who. Yeah.
For whatever reason, like whatever the reason might be, and it gets nasty because then you don't know. Like, business is disgusting. We'll talk about this later with the Joe Rogan topic, but people probably don't understand that literally those smear campaigns, like that's like a real thing.
And they be hiring those hackers to do it too.
Literally, they do. The U.S. government hires hackers to do stuff.
Yeah, people wouldn't think. These people will hire hackers to get rid of you.
Now, why they would go after Isaiah, I don't know, but
Yeah.
there could be something that one label did something, or did a move, so now the other label wants to do something. Because even the big labels are owned by bigger labels.
Yeah.
Like Republic, I think, is owned by like one of the big three. And Republic is huge. Like Atlantic is another one that's owned by another huge one. Yeah. And Atlantic is huge, and then they're still owned by somebody. So who knows what instructions were coming from the top or whatever. But nonetheless, pretty fucked up situation. You know, hopefully he's all right. Cause
that's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, seeing that on your timeline is crazy. But, you know, hopefully people stop doing that.
Yeah, because you don't really gain anything from that. And why would you want to be linked to like possibly like leading to somebody's like mental health? This like
the
demise.
Hackers?
Yeah.
For money or just for fun?
Yeah, but it's just messed up. Like, why would you even want to be that person? Like, you could have, I don't know. They knew what it was going to do, though. They knew they was going to get the reaction they wanted from people.
I think most of the reason why I was so positive, I literally did not see a single negative comment, was just because he's like a mad chill person.
Yeah,
I'm like, why
he's not really problematic. Let that be anybody else that's problematic or like that people don't really like collectively.
I was like, why him?
Yeah.
Like, he never, you
people.
wouldn't even hear him talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, again, hopefully he's all right. But yeah, moving right along here. I have two random topics, that we could lead into the finale, because the finale is going to take a while, but I want to knock these other two ones out. So, keeping in the social media realm, and we've probably talked about this before, but like, it's so crazy to me, the level of insecurity, or I don't even know what to call it. But Men be so bothered on the internet about what
Men?
women do.
Oh.
Yes. It's like nuts. Like it's absolutely insane. And I sound like a pick me, but like the guy version right now. But like I get it. It's like, yo, women can't do anything without somebody in the comments like I saw something earlier. Some girl made a video. I didn't particularly find it funny, but I could see how somebody would find it funny. It was like a TikTok, and then some guy in the comments was like, he didn't say anything crazy, but he was like, "Does your dad know about this?" And it was just like,
Yeah,
yo,
it's so weird.
It's like, yo, why do guys do that?
Yeah. People are weird. There's a new thing on TikTok now where people actually like record themselves DMing, like or like messaging the person's parents with the video. Weird. You ever seen those trends?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. Like some girl said something like how she was like a sex addict or something, and the guys were like they used the Undertaker music.
Yeah.
And then they go into they sort of in the DMs and they go type in like, hey, is do you know what's the name? This is your daughter. Look at this video. Just thought you should know. Like, you know.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Those are
They're still funny.
They're so funny, but like I wonder what it is. Like what is it? Like what is it that's like? Because picture this, right? Picture me sitting right here on my phone.
Yeah.
I see a girl doing whatever XYZ, like, and then I'll actually get into why I brought this up, and then I'm sitting here like, look at this girl, and then go in the comments and be like, blah, 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 blah. Like you look crazy.
I think
Regardless of whether the girl's doing something that's whack or like thotty or she's being cringy, like whatever it is, like what is wrong with y'all? Like it's like at least to me you look crazy.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. But the reason why I brought this up is because like there was some, you know how you women, you guys buy the leggings that are supposed to like make your butt look fatter by the way it's designed. So like they make the back like shaped like that, so it looks like it's fat, but it's really not. So a girl was wearing that, and then this guy took a picture, and he was like, "Christian men don't go to the gym because these women are out here trying to." I forget what the word he used was.
Like tempt.
Yeah, like tempt you, coerce you.
Weird.
I'm like, yo.
You know how I feel about the religion creates people out there in the world that be following these ideologies that are made up.
But to me, why does that bother you so much though? Like it's pants.
I think it's like
it's pants.
I think a lot of men really have like this, and not a lot, but like some men really have this like insecurity, and that's how they project it because they know like they either been rejected by women a lot or like they just haven't like had any luck, like they don't really be messing with girls much, so they project it.
You know, it's like it's God, what song is that by Usher? You Remind Me by Usher, where he was like, this girl was sexing everyone except me.
Yeah, that's what it is. Cause that's what people, it's funny because everybody always calls like Ruby Rose like a pass around. They be like, she's the pass around, but you can't get her. So what does that say about you? If she's so easy, how come you?
And what?
How come you can't get her?
And what is really the answer? And what? So like, okay, and what? Then there's nothing. Yeah. And then you just keep going on. Listen, LeBron had it. He told us the best. You still got to go live your life while she going living wherever she's doing.
She's making mad money. Yep, having experiences that half of us will never have, and that's what you keep thinking about.
And the thing is, like it just doesn't, like, I don't know. Like, if it personally impacts you where it's like, okay, she cheated on you or something, then I can understand. But you're talking to somebody you've never met before, you'll never meet before, and you're trying to like, degrade them. Yeah. Whether it's quote unquote valid or not. It's like, why do you feel like you have the ability and authority to go in somebody's comment?
Like, I really be thinking people are like actually crazy. I'm like, how do you, like, I don't know how people could sit there and leave comments. Like, I never in my life had an urge to say something crazy in someone's comments unless they posted something that was like racist or something. But it's like, how do you sit there and be like, type this up and click send and be like, and feel normal? It's just, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
But I think it comes down to one, I think men are jealous of women's ability to use the way they look
Yeah,
to
for money.
for money, status, or just they just make it just makes them feel inferior for some reason.
Yeah.
It's almost like the men that like get mad when they have a girlfriend that looks good and gets attention.
Yeah.
It's like either you're jealous because you want that attention from men, or you're jealous because you want that same attention from women, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Mad insecure.
But I think it's the men thing. I think men really crave attention from other men,
Yeah. In a weird way.
like more than women would.
Yeah. And they want that like validation from other men more than we want from other women.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why it just bothered me so much because I'm like, damn, like y'all can't do anything. Like I saw this one video. Don't know how, why, or what made me be able to view this video. Probably because my Explore page is nuts on Instagram. But it was these two, I call them butt models, but because that's like all they take their pictures of.
Yeah.
They were in the snow, like out on a mountain,
Yeah.
and they were like taking their clothes off, like because they had their snow stuff on, and they were
Yeah.
taking it off to like do the
Like those
thong
pictures.
underwear shots.
Yeah.
And this old guy was like in the trees in the background, just like
Ew.
just like creeping. Which okay, whatever. But it's more so like the, obviously the negative comments, like.
Yeah.
But it's like just let them rock. Like
Yeah,
it's not
'cause it's not
bothering
bothering
you. It's
you,
not
yeah.
bothering you. Like just let it rock. If you
You
like
don't
it,
gotta agree with it, but no one even asks.
people should just let things rock. Like
Yeah. If it's
yeah.
not affecting you personally, then you don't need a comment. Like, leave it alone.
I think it's jealousy for sure.
Yeah.
And because we definitely had this conversation before, but it's that, and also they're lacking in some areas, some way, and the only way to make them feel better is to
They'll leave those comments, and then they get other men that feel that way too. That's like hyping them up.
when they're in the same situation and they're
Yep.
just not, because you never see somebody that gets girls commenting on somebody.
Yeah, someone else's page. So
Yeah.
you go to their page, you go to the guy's page that's saying stuff. You're like, well, I see why you're talking.
Yeah, and even that attitude being in the comments that's exactly why.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
kind of an interesting thing. Like women really can't do anything. They can't. Oh, and another thing was like men really hate women's sports. Like it like kills them to the core. Like they can't do it. Like if they see a clip of a woman doing any sport, they have to go in the comments and say something negative. Like they just have to.
That's definitely an inferior thing too, because they can't do it.
I'm like, because I saw.
Especially if it's like a professional sport.
Yeah, it was a WNBA player, and I really wish I remember her name. She's OD tall. Like, she's like stupid tall. She's like NBA tall. And she was backing this girl down in the paint, did a little move, basically bullied the girl because she was so big, and then just like laid it up. And the caption was something like, she made this look easy or something like
Yeah.
that. And then, of course, all the comments are like, talking about the NBA and that wouldn't fly in the NBA, and if this is the most exciting thing about the WNBA, this is why we don't watch it, and all this other stuff. It's like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
I just don't
This is
understand
weird.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the losers that couldn't even make the middle school team.
Yeah. So they would get like smoked out by a woman. Those women. A lot of times those women be taller than them too.
All the time. Like men hate tall women just because they're not tall. Like
That's
I
exactly
just
why.
hate.
It's
I hate
weird
that
because they
shit.
want those like 4'11" like kid looking girls.
Yeah, for a
Like,
reason.
You look like a kid.
For a reason, because they're inferior in some way, no matter what it is, their job, their
Yeah.
salary, their
So they need to feel that domination.
their height, how much
Yeah.
weights they can lift, their dick size, whatever it is, the car they drive, something is lacking somewhere.
Yeah, it
Like-
has to be because, like I said, if you have it all and you really are like that,
You wouldn't be in the comments.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have that urge to
'Cause-
be in the comments.
The guy with the nice car usually doesn't have a nice house.
Yeah, so he's still mad about something. He still gotta go home and dodge bullets
Yeah.
to his white refrigerator.
Like, it's almost like the guys that come home and beat their wives because something happened at
Yeah,
work.
at work, and they couldn't speak up to their boss.
Yeah, so they feel inferior.
Like, how you let your boss call you all types of names and you go home and beat your wife? Like, if you don't curse that boss out and get a new job, like,
Usually I'm anti-women on this podcast, but
me too.
I'm anti-men just because I just don't like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I always had a problem with that.
just shut up. Bro. Like, get the fuck out the comments. Get off your phone. But
I'm gonna go get my chocolate bar. It's at max if I go get up and go get it.
yeah.
I need caffeine. I'm tired.
Next topic that I have here was kind of like a black related topic. It didn't come up for a black reason, but we could talk about it. But basically, I saw this clip of Steve Harvey saying how he's not going to leave his kids any money. Well, he said him and his wife are going to spend 85% of all his wealth and his net worth. And obviously, we don't know how much money he actually has or what his net worth actually is, but somewhere in the hundreds of millions, like 2, 3, whatever, 100 million. He said he's going to spend 85% of it, leave his kids 15%. What are your opinions on that?
If he said 15,
Yeah, 15%.
like leave them with it immediately, or like
Yeah, like leave them. Like they're going to spend 85% of it, die, and then the remaining 15% would go to the kids.
after he dies.
Yeah.
I don't think that's wrong with that. Well, people were saying that he should leave more
People.
or not leave anything.
So it became a black conversation, obviously, because Steve Harvey is black.
Yeah.
Because people's argument was that this is the reason why we don't have generational wealth in our communities.
It's like it was too small of an amount.
Yeah, basically. Because
I mean,
let me give you additional context here. He said he was talking to a billionaire friend of his who said he's going to leave each of his kids 500
mil.
Yeah.
Damn.
And the billionaire guy was supposedly asking him if he thought that was too much, like what he thought a good amount was.
That's way too much.
And Steve Harvey was like, I was thinking maybe like 50,000, something like that.
I mean, I don't know. I see what people mean by like this. Why we don't have generational wealth, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I think to have generational wealth, you still leave like assets. Like he could give them that percentage, but there's still gonna be houses available. You know. And like you could take that money and keep building that generational wealth by creating a business or something. But people have to understand too that generational wealth is not it's not sustainable if the people who get the wealth passed on to them don't sustain it. It don't matter what amount you get. You can get mad money and still blow it and fumble it. Like feel like you don't need to do anything to really like maintain that money. So I don't really have a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 15% of the total amount is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually really don't. Because it's tough. Because it's like on the one hand, you work so hard to be in the position that you're in and make the amount of money that you're in. That you have.
Yeah.
So you should technically be able to spend it.
Yeah. Like how you want.
Yeah, how you want. And if you put your kids through good schools and you gave them, you know,
enough.
Yeah,
They'll
enough.
build on top of that easily.
Whether they get your inheritance or not.
How's that fair that you got to build your that you can't spend it? Like people are like, oh, that's why generational wealth doesn't exist. But how come you're not allowed to spend that money? Because you know what? It's just people talking from a perspective of themselves.
They don't
want
have
money. Yeah, they want money passed on to them, so they can spend it to look like these Instagram models. Like, be real. Because why should you not be able to enjoy your money? Like, are you dumb? I gotta work hard and I gotta give my kids all the money. Nah, them niggas can work just like hard as me. I'll still give them money to build upon. But they gotta work hard too, like to sustain that money. Because like I said, you could have generational wealth and you pass down the whole 500 million, and they might blow it. So where's the generational wealth if it's not passing down throughout generations? If it ended after one. So no amount matters if they don't have the mindset of sustainability.
Yeah, aside from like money specifically, if you put your kid in a good position, let them do it on their own.
Yeah.
Or what some people were saying is that, yeah, my parents didn't pass me down X amount of money, but they gave me a business that has sustained me and paid me.
Yeah.
So something like that, but it doesn't have to necessarily
It doesn't have to be
money.
money. Generational wealth is literally probably not even about money half the time. It's about assets. Because wealth is assets.
If somebody gave you $500 million, what's the incentive to?
Yeah, to work hard.
to do anything with that money.
Now it's gone. Like, what's the incentive to have something to build on top of that? Like, generational wealth has to be generational because it has to be built upon. Like, that's the only way it's generational. If it has to pass through multiple generations, not just one.
Yeah, I just thought it was an interesting conversation, but
Yeah.
But yeah, usually generational wealth that has been accumulated by white people in this country has been through businesses. Really, it hasn't been necessarily
And
been
land.
through money.
Yeah.
Really, like
It's not like they have like billions of sitting in the bank. Like, all right, this is for our family. It's a lot of it is stuff that will be cashed out. Also,
like the
like
J.P. Morgan lineage or the Rockefellers or really any of those, the Purdue's, anybody really. Most of that has been through the inheritance of the businesses and stock and stuff like that. Not necessarily that they gave, like the Walmarts, not the Walmarts, the Waltons who own Walmart. I'm sure most of their inheritance that they would give to their kids, if they have any, because I'm not really familiar with them like that, but if they had any, I'm sure would just be in the business itself. I don't think that they would be giving them actual money. I'm sure they would give some, but most of their net worth is due to how many Walmarts they own.
Yeah.
But
wait, my bad. Is it the camera look dark to you?
Yeah, it's overheating.
So what should we do? Because if it dies, that's gonna be annoying.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, we quickly got through these topics. I only have one left actually, which is fine. But
it could be a short pod.
Yeah, it'll be over an hour. But last thing I wanted to talk about was the Joe Rogan situation, even though it kind of like already happened already. But it's still continuing to progress, especially given.
Wait, sorry to cut you off. This is the last topic. I thought we were talking about the other thing too. Kanye and Pete.
No, I wasn't talking about that.
Oh, okay.
You can if you want.
No, you said yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna skip over that.
Oh, we don't have to about that. All right. So what happened?
So yeah, the Joe Rogan situation is becoming interesting. For those of you that don't know, basically this whole, I would consider it a smear campaign. Because first of all, we're going to clip this, and this is going to be its own separate clip. So I've learned I have to give my whole opinion in the first 10 seconds of the clip before I get canceled because people don't watch the whole clip. So basically, I'm letting you know right now that I'm about to coon it up for you guys. So there we go. Just saving you some time. Basically, Joe Rogan got, the video surfaced of him. Not even it surfaced even the word if it was already out. Like if he put it out himself, I don't even know. But basically, he was caught on his podcast, using the N word.
This was early in his podcast days, right?
This was years ago, yeah. And he got a lot of backlash, of course, because he was using the N word. Although he was just telling a story, so obviously he shouldn't have been using it anyway. And he should have known that, like, even back then, a few years ago, like, you should have known not to, say it, even though the context was just you retelling a story. Yeah. Like, you could have just
never say it.
You could just simply omit it.
If you're gonna say it in private too. Like, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, don't record it and then put it on the thing, even if the purpose was to retell a story.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, there's also been evidence or instances where he kind of makes like racially, I don't know what the word would be.
Like, insensitive?
Like, yeah, maybe insensitive would be the right word, but basically I think he said he was, and don't kill me if I'm misquoting this, but basically he said he was driving through like a black neighborhood basically, and he said it was like going through the Planet of the Apes or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's wild.
Like Baltimore or some place, I don't know.
Like microaggressions, but that's actually pretty like not even micro. That's pretty like in your face. If you're trying to compare it to the monkeys.
Yeah, if that was the purpose. Yeah. Or saying things like black people's brains just work differently.
Yeah, like that's a microaggression. Yeah, like, what do you mean by that? How does it work differently? And what scientific proof do you have that they work differently?
It was, and not to defend that, but because like the way it was said definitely is nuts, but context does help for what he was saying. Because like you could say, as a white person, black people's brains work differently, and it'd be a positive thing. Like it doesn't have to be a negative thing necessarily.
I mean, I could say our brains work differently in the effects of trauma. I think black people as a whole race have more trauma than they do because of slavery, and it's passed down. That trauma is literally passed down, and it messes up people's mental health to this day. A lot of us have undiagnosed anxiety and stuff, probably because of racial trauma.
But long story short, so I mean, I don't agree with the use of it. I think he should have known better. And I personally like Joe Rogan a lot. I think that his platform is definitely probably one of the only places where you can freely speak your mind, and we'll talk about how that's even changing. But I love it for that reason. He brings up all different types of people he agrees with, people he doesn't agree with, and he sits people down and has a conversation. He doesn't hold any punches. He says kind of, how he feels, and he goes and asks people questions and wants them to just answer a simple question. You saw when he was trying to ask the CNN doctor guy, like, do you think it was wrong that they falsely said that I was using a drug that I wasn't? And it took the guy like 10 minutes to be able to even answer that.
Yeah.
So me, I personally am a fan of his podcast. So if people think that I'm cooning it up, whatever. I just appreciate the platform itself. And the discussions that have come from it. Clearly, it's gotten to the government, its attention, and now because the government disagreed with the information or questioning of the vaccines and the virus and things like that,
like we were saying earlier,
that now all of a sudden they pulling clips out of nowhere. Not
those
that
clips should have been came out then.
Yeah, exactly. Not that he didn't say those things and they manufactured them, but now that they're getting pulled up miraculously after they couldn't get Spotify to remove him, now these things come up.
You would think somebody literally had to sit, unless somebody just remembered, somebody literally had to sit through hundreds of episodes before finding something.
Yeah, so I think it's nuts. I think that this is definitely a government interference or doctor's interference or something, because they're mad at his opinions about the vaccine and the virus in general.
Yeah, they're trying to discredit him, right, basically?
Yeah, and they signed that whole petition, remove him, and then Spotify's like, nah. And then other artists are like, well, I'm going to take all my music off your platform. And Spotify's like, okay, we'll do it for you. And they're getting mad about that, as opposed to removing Joe. And I think that Spotify still isn't wrong here, because they started removing certain episodes still in response to the backlash, because their stock price, and they have to care about shareholders and all that other stuff. So it's unfortunate, because he left YouTube for a reason, for the purpose of there being censorship, and then he goes to Spotify, and now they're still trying to get censorship there. So
it's just sick.
Honestly, I would be down if he opened up his own podcast site and uploaded all his old clips free of censorship. Then I would definitely view it there, and you can manage your own ads. He should.
Being one of the biggest podcast people right now, that would be easy.
I never understood why people don't do that.
People use it too. I mean, other podcasters and big podcasters will use that.
Yeah, there were some fake. I think it's fake, but some companies always jump on these things like, "Hey Joe, I'll give you $100 million to come and have a podcast on our platform and free of censorship." So I did see that there was something like that, but I know that's not even real. But I just think it's bullshit that the questioning of the vaccine and stuff like that has caused this huge turmoil and clips coming up and stuff like that. But to me, I don't know. I think the biggest slap in the face is that now the CDC is walking back all of the things, saying, "Oh yeah, well masks they didn't work really, and now the boosters only last 4 months, so now you're gonna have to have a vaccine."
I'm getting a booster. I'm sorry, I'm done. I got my 2 shots, and that's it.
A vaccine subscription service. Well, you're gonna get whatever your employer tells you to do.
Nah.
But
the parents hasn't said anything about booster.
But yeah,
for now,
I think that aside from the racial comments, is nuts that this is the strategy to try to push the vaccine and return to work. Like, this is why people are quitting. They wonder why there's the Great Resignation. Like, this stuff like this is exactly why. You can't even say they said that he was spreading misinformation which isn't even true.
You're just questioning things.
Like, literally,
He's literally just asking questions.
They would have took down your video 4 months ago if you would have said that masks don't work, and that they would call it COVID misinformation. Now they're saying it. Now the CDC is saying it. Now it's like,
it's not misinformation from them when they say it, when they've been wrong so many times.
They've been wrong every time.
Like, this virus is just dumb. Like, we don't really understand it, and the human body, the way it works, is you just put to let your body fight.
Yeah. So I felt like I had more of a breakdown with the Joe Rogan thing, but that's basically it. It's just kind of nuts to see the reversal of, and hopefully our video doesn't get taken down for what I'm saying here, but it's kind of crazy to see the response.
Could it be so obvious?
Yeah, it's so blatant. It's so
His
disrespectful.
podcast been like the top podcast. People would have been brought up that video to cancel him.
Yeah, it's not like nobody was listening to him
But
before.
all of a sudden now, coincidentally, he talks about the vaccine. And now this is coming out. Like, people need to wake up because it'd be so obvious what's going on. Unless, some nerd, because not all regular people were mad too. Some nerd just sat there and watched every video and found something.
Or they already knew and just waited.
Yeah, I waited. Oh, this is a good time for me to bring up that video. Because, not like it's the type of conversation they knew that it would get off.
Yeah,
But I just don't put it. I don't put it that far fetched that the government could have had something to do with it.
I probably won't do it for this podcast because I want to keep it short since the Super Bowl is about to come on, and
Oh, yeah.
I have food that's 2 minutes away.
You ordered food?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
So
You got something for me?
I do have a topic that I potentially might do, but about America turning into a communist state. But yeah, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and tune in so I could get us canceled for real in real life, and all the issues that's coming out from the way America is starting to. I don't want to become a political podcast, but sometimes with stuff like this, it's like
some stuff is giving.
It's crazy.
What happened to rights and freedoms that we pushed for? Like we were supposed to be different. We were supposed to be a democracy. Like
yeah, but
it's wild.
But yeah, Super Bowl's about to come on in an hour, so I'm gonna turn on the TV, get in tune with all the festivities, go downstairs, get my food. But yeah, short pod today.
I low-key wanted to talk about the Kanye thing, but we can maybe wait it out because it's still unraveling. There's still stuff going on, so let's wait and see what happens this week.
Yeah, we'll wait for more Kanye Instagram posts, and then we'll do a full breakdown with the Cudi thing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we just want to talk about like loyalty and friendships.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next pod.
Yeah, because he's still going.
Yeah, we still got Instagram. We
got a whole nother week to get through.
We got to break down his captions and stuff like that. But
yeah.
But yeah, so thank you guys for watching again. Short pod today, but if you made it this far, thank you for watching the Couple of Things podcast with Alex and Mal, and we just discussed a couple of things. Hope you guys enjoy your week, and happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And go Bengals.
Yeah, we went for the Bengals over here.
Yes, sir. We out of here.
Cat is like their what's it called? Their quarterback.
Joe Shiesty?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We out of here.